Greetings. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Yeah. So it's on YouTube, and the YouTube channel is MSU Men's Club Volleyball. Of course.
I tried to find it on there actually.
Oh boy, what's your... What I don't know about is this right here. I'm not sure what to do with that.
I assume it's 12 hours. It's zoomed in.
Oh. Welcome, everybody, and we hope that you're able to find us on this fantastic Saturday morning. It's October 22nd from the University of Illinois, and we have a great one between Michigan State and the Illini Alumni. So, as much of a tongue twister as that is, it'll be unique for this Michigan State team who sees a lot of new faces. There's no question about it. Some of the newcomers include Eric Niederluke, as well as Caden Hellman, as well as Jonathan Stavnis, who actually will be out after he sustained a broken thumb in practice the other day. And then as well, Mikey Wyant makes his return, even though it was not entirely certain that that would happen. But with that being said, he is back for his second year with Michigan State Club Volleyball. Arnold Kyman dropped out off the green team right before the season, so he will not be on the roster. But then, as well, there's Chase Breidenbach, and then Jake Recius, who is a acclaimed and sought-after freshman. Michigan State had a target on his back for quite some time now. They were able to get him, and it has been as epic as they thought it would be. So it'll be Recius competing for minutes alongside Jeremy Murphy, who's become a mainstay for this Michigan State team. The Spartans are without Paul Gollins, who made a big difference, obviously, given that he was second team All-Big Ten last season. But that being said, it'll be very, very interesting to see how these two teams shake out, especially because a couple of these alumni here that we see for Illinois were playing for the active squad just last year. With that being said, it's a new energy and a new effort around Michigan State with quite a few freshmen in Caden Hellman, as we said, Jonathan Stavnis, as well as Jake Recius. And then Donovan Russell is the one who we hadn't talked about yet.
You live?
Yeah. We are live, as I'm joined by Chase Breidenbach.
Hello.
So we're a couple minutes away from game action between the Illini and the Spartans, and the Spartans have a free-flowing energy. John Locke makes his return to the squad, alongside with Remy Reed, Christopher Infante, Irv Patel, Jeremy Murphy, and Clark Jocelyn are all back, returning. So it's a good mix, really, of newcomers and the old guard for Michigan State. We'll see what happens here. Up front for the Spartans, it'll be Locke and Niederluke commanding the net front presence. Its height, unlike the Spartans have had in quite some time, with Russell alongside with Locke and Niederluke, Surely they'll make their presence felt, but an emphasis point will be serving accurately after last year losing a lot of the serve-receive battles on a game-by-game basis and having quite a few points drift away and miss serving opportunities. In practice so far, the Spartans have been significantly improved in those numbers. Another thing I'm curious about is whether Michigan State will stay with Murphy or whether they will indoctrinate Recius into the starting six very soon. And then, how could we possibly forget about Dylan Lanthier, the Minnesota product, who is now here in his second year with the Michigan State squad. He'll be taking part in the bounce contest, which is to say, who can spike it on a kill with the most vigor and the most intensity. Now, one thing of note is that Lanthier is listed as 4th overall in that contest, but if I had anything to say about it, I think those odds are pretty good for him to finish higher. He's listed in the sportsbook at plus 350 for the Alumni season opening tournament here from the University of Illinois. Another thing that's worth mentioning certainly is that head coach Sante Pirelli has found some vigor and energy and excitement that's newfound, I should say. He's excited to get what is his 34th year of coaching Michigan State underway. So the Spartans to start will be anchored by Patel, Niederluke, John Locke, Clark Jocelyn, Jeremy Murphy, and Mikey Wyant. We'll see if Wyant is setting again as he was last year. That was a point of contention, is whether Wyant would be in that position. It looks like he will be. Then up front, it's Jocelyn, Niederluke, and Locke. In the back end, you know what you're going to get from Jeremy Murphy, who can make plays that are really hard to even fathom. Some of the dives and the bodily contortions he makes, the effort plays are just so good. So many highlights we were able to pull from last year. So Locke checks out, and actually it'll be Donovan Russell who's starting the game alongside Jocelyn there and Niederluke, who's a German product. He, as a graduate, gets what I believe is 1 year for Michigan State. He's at 6'10". He'll look to assert his will early, as there you see a miss on the serving chance to open the game from Mikey Wyant. Illinois serves back. Patel takes. Set on the second tempo. Niederluke, that one jammed at the net, but skips and gets down. So it's 1-1. Jocelyn quickly to serve away. The focus is on accuracy compared to power for him. To the outside, flying through the zone. It's the Illini, but the Spartans using that height, blocking with a double block there. Donovan Russell and Eric Niederluke. It's 2-1 Michigan State. You love to see that intensity and effort getting over to block that from the inside, working out. There's another serving error there from Jocelyn and Michigan State. It'll be Illinois' possession here. They'll look to get things underway, and the question for them is, how do you compete with Michigan State's size and effort up front? There, it's Russell who rips one to the back third, taken by the blue and orange. Now around here, the Spartans double blocking again. Patel up front now. Urville Patel with a drive. That one hits the net and caroms down to the floor. Michigan State, they go back up here, 3-2. Now it's Murphy. For Murphy, you know, as we said, what you're going to get. The oddball here is whether he can serve it with the vigor and the tempo that he usually does. There's one off speed. Finally, the Illini answer back where it's 3-3. So we're going punch for punch here early in set number 1, Michigan State and Illinois. The first game of the season between these two clubs, the first game of the season for these two clubs. Now, we saw last year Michigan State went to Calvin University. There, they were beat by the Calvin Knights, a Division III school, and that served as a humbling experience for the Spartans. You could say they got better after that one. There, it's Niederluke again. Oh my goodness, this guy is a revelation for the Spartans. He'll be back to serve right here. And as you can see, folks, his head is outside of the frame. That just speaks to how immense of a presence this man is. Cross court there, missing. The Spartans go up 2 at 5-3. Great discipline by them to keep the hand off of that one. Oftentimes, with a cross-court drive like that, you'll see a tip, or a touch, I should say, off the hand of the defensive team there, but no can do for the Spartans. Epic play back there to hold it up. Too many touches, though, for the Illini. Point Spartans, and they lead 6-3. Oh, what a pleasure it would be if the green and white could notch one early. Niederluke, that one loops in there, taken by the orange. House call. There is its Locke getting in on the action. He rejects that one. 7-3 here. And Michigan State, you have to love what they're doing in the front portion. Jump serve, ripped, that's an ace! Oh my goodness, what a placement there. Cross-court drive, just right alongside that sideline over there. Niederluke knows where to go. Now the history with him is that he had played for a couple of national teams in the nation of Germany, honing his skills for as long as he's been around. Jocelyn takes nicely. Good pass there. Then a set from Wyatt. He's fantastic. Murphy holds it up. Easy play for him. Niederluke. That one hits. He's shown phenomenal ability so far to be able to judge how far he has to hit it and with what pace. We'll see if he throws another flame, an immaculate jump serve that he just showcased. We haven't seen Jake Regis yet, as that one flames through the zone. The Illini respond, but it's Jocelyn who digs it out of there. So, point to the Illini, stopping the Michigan State run, but nevertheless, you have to love the different energy, enthusiasm, and the different skill set here for the Spartans. Locke, that one drives and finds its way home. Locke's first kill. 10-4 here, Michigan State continuing to do the things they have to do. I love the way they're controlling the net front. Here's Urvil Patel, who will send it in. That one ripped. He can certainly do it too. That one misses long, point Michigan State, as you see there. Now, given that this is a Illini alumni team, we wondered how long they would hold up compared to this youthful Michigan State team, and we seem to have our answer pretty quick. Bending for that one, he holds it up. Do the Illini. Now Jocelyn touches softly there. Niederluke, roll shot, that one falls. Looks like he's gonna swing hard. He eases up. That one rolls right into the zone. The Illini can do virtually nothing to stop it. So 12-4 here is all green and white. Patel, that one missing once again. It's serve receive, the lone blemish for Michigan State. 12-5, the Illini have to make a move here in set number 1. The last thing you want to do is back away this early. Jocelyn, and he makes it difficult. He pounds one right to the center. The Illini don't have an answer. The Spartans are showing high flying and high energy action so far. I'm impressed by their lateral quickness. The Illini hold it up with a roll shot. Luke, then Wyatt. Now it's Donovan Russell. The avalanche continues. 14-5. Here it's Michigan State. Now the question is, when are we going to see Dylan Lanthier? You would imagine we will. Patel, what an effort play. There it's Jocelyn. Right through the zone. That one is punishing. He's now at 3 kills. What a play from him. John Locke, this time we'll see how he fares. With pace, tipping over the tape. This one, high. Michigan State point. They say it caromed off the net and out of bounds high. That one was spinning with quite an angle. Good news for the Spartans, no one touched. Donovan Russell with a rejection. Now a second tempo to the outside. The Illini, but it's blocked Michigan State. 17-5 here. Now this, compared to last year, is mind-blowing. I mean, it is hard to even fathom that the Spartans are controlling a game this early in the year in this fashion. Though it's Locke who gives one back here. The Illini back and have to be resilient here. You wonder what happens in terms of your mentality as there it's Jocelyn again. Every time we talk about the Illini getting some confidence back, it's the Spartans putting it further out of reach. 18-6 here in what has been an onslaught continuing through set number 1. This one just toes the line. 18-7. The Illini get one back, and you wonder what that does against this Michigan State team who has been riding high on confidence. Luke, that one goes. Now, even though he scored a point, it's worth noticing, and this is a stark difference with Michigan State. He scores a point, but he turns around in frustration, seeing that he didn't read the block well and drove it right into the hands of the Illini defense. There it's mishandled from the orange and blue. Michigan State 27. This is just euphoria here for Michigan State early. They have 5 to close off this one. They're up by 13 here. Jocelyn gives that one a little bit more oomph, or mustard as it were, and it falls there into the net. Jocelyn passes well, now to the outside. Luke rolls one over. 21-8. He is incredible. This is, honestly, folks, the first time that I've seen Eric Niederluke in game action. And whew, when I say that this is just a culminating effect that the Spartans were looking for, wow, that's exactly what it is. That time, Niederluke blocks. At 6'10", he moves like he's 5'10". 22-8 here, the Spartans dominant through set 1. Murphy now back with a great attempt here. That one off the shallow palm. So the Illini get a much needed point. It's 22-9. Though Illinois gives one right back. Michigan State 23, the Illini 9. Now it's Eric Niederluke who will be serving away. We've seen him have a couple aces so far. He's even out of our frame, he backs up so long. That one taken. The Alumni, but it's rejected. John Locke, they're in tandem with Mikey Wyatt. The conversation around Wyatt, as we discussed earlier, was whether he would play or not. The option was he could partake in a couple other extracurriculars and work on a couple scholastic matters, but that being said, he came back, deciding that Michigan State was the best option to go forward on all of those accounts: school, athletics, health, and otherwise, and now he's here and just threw up another great ball to Patel. 25-9, Michigan State, utter domination through set number one. This team is energetic, excited, the pieces are together. It's beautiful stuff. We're headed to set number two. So as we're back in game action between Michigan State and Illinois, one thing that I wanted to highlight early was you could just tell the difference in enthusiasm and energy across the huddles. Not only that, but Michigan State was focused and determined, ready to roll under the leadership of 34th year head coach Sante Pirelli, who's won a couple national championships, has owned the NCVF for a long time. Now the Spartans are switching sides, so it'll be the Illini we see from this side. Thank you for being with us. This is Brian Rector, live on MCV TV. We appreciate you tuning in on what is the first game day of the year for men's club volleyball in the MIVA Association. For Michigan State, you have to wonder what was discussed throughout that huddle. You win a set 25-9, you're punishing up front, you're serving better than you did last year. You're rotating nicely. Your quickness is fantastic. A couple digs were great. Passing is on time and on target. It's like, where do you go from here? But one thing is for sure, head coach Sante Pirelli will always have something up his sleeve. So that's where we're at. We're in the dawn of set 2. The Illini look to return with a strong one here on their home floor, right under the shadow of Illini Memorial Stadium. The football Illini are doing a great job this year. They're 6-1, and it's incredible what they've been able to do, having beaten Minnesota now. As that one misses long, so it's Michigan State returning to action with a 1-0 lead. Mikey Bryant will be back to serve. He wanted to make sure that his parents were mentioned. So Mr. and Mrs. Bryant, if you guys are listening, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the time. It's Illinois who responds there. Drop shot right over the top of the net. Now it's Illini back to serve. One of the Illini who was just a part of the university squad, which is to say the undergraduate squad, last year. That serve finds its way to the back corner but misses. Michigan State leads here 2-1. Jocelyn floats that one up, taken by the Illini, sent down by Russell. The Spartans have it. Murphy outside Patel. Russell sets it right down. 3-1 Michigan State. Once again, their front line of Niederluke, Russell, and then it's either John Locke or it's Patel as we stand. It's really hard to rally against that. Here goes Jocelyn. A touch to the outside. The Illini win a point there. It goes off the hand of Mikey Bryant out of New York. Here's the Illini who look to send it in. That one misses low. Frustration building for them. Now we had cited that it looked a little bit different for the Illini in the huddle. They weren't necessarily communicating about volleyball. They were just kind of carrying on and watching a couple other courts, which is funny actually, because as we notice, Illini's university squad, A team, is just one court over from us. So maybe that is what they were watching. It's 4-3 here, though, as the Illini send one down emphatically. It was a long day for the Michigan State team after they made their way from East Lansing. The near 5-hour drive completed in 2 spurts. The first jaunt was to Indiana, and where Michigan State stopped to have dinner at a family diner. That was phenomenal. And it was great to see this team, which looks even more locked in, even more focused, and more like a family than they did last year. So that all bodes well. As Niederluke sends one in there perfectly, it's 5-3. That's 2 aces on the day for him. Oh, that one's taken well by the Illini. To the outside, that one skips and gets down. Jocelyn dives, not quite enough. The Illini send it in. That one misses along. Point Michigan State. So here, we're going back and forth a little bit more than we had in set number 1. The Illini bring experience to the table, and even though they weren't necessarily communicating as it pertains to game time decisions between sets, They certainly have an instinct and intuition that so far has been better in set number 2. There, though, it's Michigan State combining for a block. And I stand corrected, it's 7-5. So the Illini alumni get one there. Now it's John Locke in Michigan State who send one down through the zone. It's 8-5. You've got to love the way that the Spartans have a chance to close it out in 2 sets here. That was a rarity last season. Jocelyn touches and blocks. That was a soft shot, and when you have the hard-nosed Jocelyn right up front, good luck. 9-5 here, Michigan State. That one from the outside, cross court, missing from the Illini. It's 10-5 here. The Spartans quickly have gone from competing back and forth to asserting their will. It's a 4-point run. That one hits the tape and falls in an unfavorable position for the Illini. Nothing doing there. Michigan State wins it again. Great distraction there from the Spartans with Jocelyn and Russell combining for a block. Now it's Locke who misses low. Jeremy Murphy will check back into the game. 11-6 here. Locke checks out, seemingly as punishment for that missed serve. We still haven't seen the freshman Jake Recius, who's been talked about in high regard around Michigan State's program. Niederluke, well done there. Block, Jocelyn, that one falls home. So it's Russell and Jocelyn combining again. The Spartans up 12-6 here, and just continuing to churn. Here's another thing that's different is, and actually as it was ruled a Illinois point, so that'll be a subtracting scenario there from the Spartans. It's 11-7. Jocelyn, roll shot. What a dig! There it's Murphy sliding through. Russell pounds that one. 12-7 Spartans. Anybody on this Michigan State front line is lethal in terms of their swing and their placement, I should say, of the ball. Murphy takes, now outside Jocelyn, skipping over the block. Now the Spartan block misses there. Communication issue between Niederluke and Russell. That's bound to happen in the first game of the year. 12-8 here. Murphy takes it up. Now Niederluke. Oh my goodness! Good luck stopping that one. Vicious kill from Niederluke, who just has a different level of gear to jump to. Now that one misses from the Illini, so it's 14-8. The Spartans get another. Now here it's Patel who rises up and rejects. Outside, Niederluke. That one spins. Held up by the Illini. The Spartans out of placement. 13-10. And that's so quick to have to react to when the Illini get that ball up. Michigan State trying to retract, getting back in system. They could not. Now another one goes to the Illini, 13-11. So just as we said the Spartans were controlling and dominant and looking like they were running away with set number 2, here come the orange and blue. Murphy, now Patel, disorganized here. He misses the antenna. It's 13-12, and he is frustrated. Jocelyn, Patel, Murphy holds it up. Now here, Patel. Behind the back play there, outside Alumni. Wyatt sets it well. Jocelyn. From outside, that's a tough angle. Rolling along the net, it does, and stays on the Alumni side. The Spartans win a highly contested, much-needed point. It's 14-12, just having crossed the midpoint here. Sent in there from Murphy, the off-speed. Wyatt falls to the floor, but collects. Patel holds it up. There it's high. The Alumni win, so it's 14-13. Blistering action we have here from Champaign, Illinois. Niederluke, oh! That one, a big drive by him. Cross court it goes. 15-13. For Michigan State, you were up 14-8, and now it's back to just 2. So the Illini are within striking distance, and if you're Michigan State coaching staff with Coach Pirelli or Coach Jerry, the question becomes, how do you stay locked in and focused on the stretch here? Michigan State wins another one off the serve receive. That number has been better today. Still not, I'm sure, where they would like to have it. Here's Niederluke. Oh, it's high. This one driven, just missing the line. 16-14. The Illini win again. So they're hanging around. 16-15 here. You get the sense that the tide is changing. Switching back to the Illini. Patel drives, it's held up though. Masterful. Now it's blocked. The Spartans win there. Winning the day again, the front line for Michigan State. Jocelyn, that time alongside John Locke and Eric Niederluke. Niederluke holds it up outside Jocelyn. Finding the spot, nearly gets it to go. Niederluke again. Locke, that one's rejected. 17-16. So it's sent in from the Illini, now initiating the offense. Wyatt, it's rejected. Now the Illini are excited. They are poised and set to go. The experience winning out here, no doubt about it. 17-17. Niederluke answers back. 18-17. This one could go either way. Locke is back to serve here for Michigan State. His serve missed, giving way to the Illini, serving away. Jocelyn, that one just misses long. 19-18, and really the first true sign of adversity here for Michigan State. How do they counter is the question. (19-19) here, and the answer is they countered pretty well. No doubt about it. Wyatt outside, Niederluch with the offhand. That falls. Michigan State 20, Illinois 19. The windup. There, the Illini struggle to keep it up, but do. Patel outside, Murphy pulls it off the net. Patel shovels it over. Block there, and it just falls outside. So, here it's 2020. Murphy, here, back set. Niederluch, that one finishes home. I'm sensing a pattern here. Find the ball in the hands of Eric Niederluch and hold on for dear life if you're any opposition. 21-20. Here, it's taken up from the Illini. Fanned on and point Michigan State. 22-20. That might just be the jump they need to close this one. Blocked there from the Spartans. 23-20. It's Eric Niederluch again. He looks like an early MVP of this team. Let me tell you what, folks. Stark contrast from last season at this time. Niederluch, that one's held up. The Illini back around. With some draw spin, now it's the Spartans countering. Send down, the Spartans win that one too. The block was good, but it just fell outside the court. 24-20, it's match point already. So, the Illini blow that one right by the Spartans. (24-21) here. Up for Niederluch. Can he put it away? No. Here he is again. Finding it, putting it home. The Spartans win. The Spartans win. 25-20, they take it in 2 sets over the Illini Alumni. Now, here's what I will say, folks. That was not entirely an indication of where the Spartans are. Given that Illini, being the alumni team, will not be seen later on in Big Ten play. It'll be what happens over the next 2 games in pool play, and then later tonight as we move into the bracketed play. For the Spartans, that will be the toughened together effort we need to see. That's a conversation to be had, but until then, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back in action in what should be about 1 hour from now, I think. Maybe down to 45 minutes, but with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. This is MCV TV and Brian Rector signing off as a part of this one. Illinois and Michigan State coming to a close here.